Well, Hamas has accepted the terms of the latest ceasefire proposal presented by Qatari and Egyptian mediators on Sunday. It includes provision for a 60-day truce for the return of half of the Israeli captives held in Gaza. On Monday, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi met Qatar's Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdulrahman al-Thani in Cairo. In a statement, both leaders stressed the importance of a ceasefire and rejected Israel's plan to seize Gaza City and forcibly displace Palestinians. Israel is yet to respond to the proposal. Well, for more on this, we are joined now by Adnan Hayajneh, who is a Professor of International Relations and US Foreign Policy at Qatar University. Thanks very much for being with us here today. First of all, 60-day ceasefire, return of half the captives is what's part of this latest proposal. What do you think has prompted Hamas to agree to this now?
Well, I think Hamas has taken into consideration the international momentum of the sympathy with the Palestinian people. A lot of countries are reaching to the point that what Israel is doing in Gaza, it's unprecedented, it's not acceptable. A lot of countries, even European countries, calling for recognition of a Palestinian state next month on September. And there's a lot of sympathy, as I said, and Hamas reached to the point, this is what they really want. They want a ceasefire, and they have no problem exchanging captives for prisoners. And maybe this is what they need. They need an exit strategy for them and a relief for the Palestinian people. And the Palestinian people in Gaza are living under severe conditions. And this ceasefire, if it's accepted by Israel, by Netanyahu, will be an exit strategy for them and will be a way to relieve the Palestinians and provide the humanitarian needs that is really needed by the people there.
As we have seen, this proposal is now with Israel, as we've mentioned. I mean, we've seen huge protests there over the last few days, demanding some sort of way forward. Do you think that this is going to be enough? This proposal that's in front of them right now will be enough for Netanyahu to sign on?
Well, it's very hard to predict what Netanyahu will do, because this exact proposal was accepted, was introduced by the United States by Witkoff, I think, previously a few weeks back, and it was accepted by Israel, not accepted by Hamas, because Hamas wanted more security guarantees. Now I think it has to be the call from Israel. It's very hard to predict what Netanyahu wants, but if you look at the action on the ground, if you look at the proposal, what Israel is doing and Netanyahu, I don't think this is exactly what they want. They are not interested in peace. They are not interested in a ceasefire. Maybe they're interested in the releasing the captives. There are a lot under pressure from the public, but they're also, Netanyahu is under a lot of pressure from the extreme right, and the fate of his government is under question if he accepted the ceasefire. And he got a kind of a support from the Trump and Witkoff lately that is supposed to be all or but nothing. They want all the hostages released, and there's a lot of support coming from Trump to destroy Hamas, and they give him maybe a lot of support to go ahead with what he is doing right now in Gaza.
Obviously, you are an expert on US foreign policy. You mentioned Donald Trump there. He's obviously been focused the last couple of days on the war in Ukraine and trying to bring that to an end. What do you think he is going to make of this proposal that Hamas has accepted? How much pressure will he be willing to bring to bear on Netanyahu and his far-right coalition partners to make sure that they step up and they agree to this proposal as well, do you think?
He also wants to always appear as the winner, the deal maker, the peacemaker, and he wants to come from him because he introduced the ceasefire initially, I think, before he comes to the White Office. If it comes from him, that will give him a lot of credit, because he brags about reaching maybe 6 peace agreements in the world. Maybe if this is the case, why not? And I think the Palestinian, all the people, the international community want this to stop, and they want the ceasefire maybe to work. And maybe in the future there'll be more negotiations about where we go from here. But I'm not optimistic that maybe that will be the case.
Well, I guess we all have to wait and see what we hear from Netanyahu and his coalition government. Thank you so much, Adnan. As always, we appreciate it.
Don't miss out, get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.